I'm going to add an NHL legend to Arizona until they win a Stanley Cup. I'm going to turn this poverty franchise into Stanley Cup champs. Let's get it. But first, we got to see if they can win by themselves. Of course they can't. They're the Arizona Coyotes, 36-43-3, 8th in the Central and 31st in the entire league. I'm actually very surprised they're not dead last. I guess New Jersey's a bit worse than us. Clayton Keller's leading the way with 25 goals and 54 assists for 79 points, while Vamelga's picking up 28 wins with a 901 save percentage and a 344 goals against. Leading the entire league is going to be Leon Draisaitl, 49 goals and 62 helpers for 111 points, while Cale Makar's leading the defense with 82 points. And Connor Hellebuyck, he's going to lead all goaltenders in wins with 48 while posting a 921 save percentage and a 251 goals against. Bro is dialed in this season. When the playoffs came to an end, the Edmonton Oilers are going to defeat the Pittsburgh Penguins in 5 games. Although Pittsburgh's not winning the cup, Sidney Crosby's leading the way, 11 goals and 24 helpers for 35 points, while Jack Campbell, he's going to pick up 16 wins with a 903 save percentage and a 290 goals against. With our first spin, it doesn't really matter who we get because anyone's going to help, but we're landing on the Tampa Bay Lightning, and that means we're bringing in Martin St. Louis. Alright, I'm going to keep it 100. I was sitting on my phone while the season simulated, just assuming we were going to be terrible. But here we are, 44-30-8, first in the Central and 8th in the entire league. I don't know what just happened or how we got this good, but there's no way we win a Stanley Cup after adding just one legend. St. Louis was fantastic for us, 26 goals and 64 assists for 90 points, and Vamelga, he's having a great season, 35 wins, a 900 save percentage at 332 goals against. How did this team turn it around that quick? Looking at the entire league, Austin Matthews is leading the way, 73 goals and 50 assists for 123 points. He's having an okay season. While Quinn Hughes, he's going to pick up 15 goals and 65 assists for 8 points to lead all defensemen. And Jacob Markstrom, 45 wins with a 911 save percentage and 290 goals against to lead all goaltenders in wins. In the first round, we're going to be taking on the Winnipeg Jets. Speaking of the Winnipeg Jets, I'm not sure if you've ever heard me mention this, but I'm trying to pass them in YouTube subscribers. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and turn notifications on so you can be notified of when I upload. Winnipeg's making quick work of us because we're absolute frauds and we're getting swept in 4 games. When the playoffs came to an end, Florida's beaten the Avs in 7 games to become Stanley Cup champions. Clayton Keller did what he could with us. 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. I mean, our team sucks, so I'm not really overly surprised at that. While Nathan MacKinnon picks up 15 goals and 21 helpers for 36 points to lead all postseason scorers. And Sergei Bobrovsky, he's our Stanley Cup winning goaltender, 16 wins with an 896 save percentage and a 341 goals against. Those are not good numbers. How did you just win a Stanley Cup with them? So with our next spin, we're getting a chance at selecting one of the greatest of all time. Well, actually, we get to select the greatest of all time as we're landing on the Los Angeles Kings. Wayne Gretzky, welcome to the team. Let's see if you can help us win a Stanley Cup. When the season came to an end, we're looking pretty solid once again with a 45-28-9 record, 2nd in the Central, 6th in the entire league. Still not really convinced that we're that good of a team. Gretzky's having a great year, 58 goals and 50 assists for 108 points, while Vamelga's picking up 36 wins with a 900 save percentage and 323 goals against. This time around, Connor McDavid's leading the way, 51 goals and 68 assists for 119 points, while Victor Hedman leads all defensemen with 76 points, and Darcy Kemper, he's going to pick up 39 wins to lead all goaltenders in wins. In the first round, we're going to be taking on the Minnesota Wild. I guess you could say we did slightly better this time as we're falling in 5 games, so we at least won 1. And when the playoffs came to an end, the Carolina Hurricanes are going to sweep the Minnesota Wild. Lawson Cross led the way with 5 points, so that's how you know we're struggling. Tara Vinen is leading all postseason scorers with 9 goals and 19 assists for 28 points, while Freddie Anderson, he's winning a Stanley Cup, 16 wins, a 924 save percentage, and 239 goals against. Congrats on the cup. With this next spin, we're landing on the team that just eliminated us in the playoffs as we're getting the Minnesota Wild. Okay, I'm taking Granlund for the only reason that Owen Nolan only played 2 seasons with the franchise, and I didn't really think that was enough to make him classified as a Minnesota legend. So yeah, Granlund, I'm not expecting you to do too much with us. But to be fair, this team's doing way better than I expected, so Granlund, you might pot 50 goals for us, who knows. So it looks like reality set in this season, 37-38-7. We're 8th in the Central and 26th in the entire league. That's a bit more realistic. Wayne Gretzky did what he could with us, 61 goals and 42 helpers for 103 points, while Vamelga, he's picking up 27 wins with an 893 save percentage and a 359 goals against. Patty Kane's having a fantastic season, 59 goals and 52 assists for 111 points, and Connor McDavid, he's also tied with 111. Victor Hedman's going to lead the defense once again with 81 points, while Merzlikins is picking up 41 wins with an 896 save percentage and a 322 goals against. In the playoffs, the Winnipeg Jets are defeating the New York Rangers in 6 games. Artemi Panarin, although he's not winning a Stanley Cup, he's leading all postseason scores with 26 points, while Connor Hellebuyck, he's looking absolutely elite. 16 wins, a 921 save percentage, and a 243 goals against. Great work, my guy. What Arizona's really missing is a goaltender. But with the Calgary Flames being our next team to select from, we're going to get one here. Mike Vernon, let's see if you can turn this franchise around. Mike Vernon wasn't able to save us as we're going to go 38-38-6, 6th in the Central and 26th in the entire league. Wayne Gretzky's having an incredibly slow season, 40 goals, 38 assists, 78 points. Bro, you got to do better than that. And Vernon, 32 wins with a 909 save percentage and 292 goals against. Those are the best numbers we've seen from a goaltender so far, so I can't complain. Leading the league in points this season is going to be Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner, and they're both tied with 100. While Pietrangelo, he's leading all defensemen with 11 goals and 60 assists for 71 points. Taking a look at goaltender, Samsonov's the guy, 42 wins with a 908 save percentage and 284 goals against. In the playoffs, the Boston Bruins are going to become Stanley Cup champs once again as they're sweeping the Minnesota Wild. Pasta was unreal, 13 goals, 23 assists, 36 points, while Ullmark's picking up 16 wins with a 914 save percentage and a 268 goals against. So there's quite a few things this team needs, but one of the things we need is a great defenseman. And with the New York Islanders the team to select from next, we're going to bring in Dennis Potvin to be our #1 defenseman. Potvin doesn't seem to be helping us too much. We're finishing with a 37, 35, and 10 record, 6th in the Central and 23rd in the entire league. One of these years, we're going to completely turn it around though, because we've got some great players on this team. Gretzky's doing what he can, potting 88 points consisting of 44 goals and 44 assists, while Vernon's picking up 30 wins with a 907 save percentage and 284 goals against. Brad Marchand's leading the entire league with 101 points, while Merzlikins is going to lead all goaltenders in wins with 42. In the playoffs, the Avs are taking down the Tampa Bay Lightning in 7 games. Nathan MacKinnon's going to be the guy, 12 goals and 16 assists for 28 points, while Francouz is picking up 16 wins to hoist the Stanley Cup. With our next spin, we're going to be landing on the Toronto Maple Leafs. One of the things this team's been lacking is an elite goal scorer, so Frank Mihaljevic, I'm expecting you to fill the role. And it looks like that's exactly what we needed. 45, 27, and 10, 2nd in the Central and 7th in the entire league. We're about to go on a run. Gretzky's looking great again this season, 47 goals and 49 assists for 96 points, while Nathan MacKinnon, he's potting 60 goals while picking up 49 assists for 109 points. Adam Fox is going to lead all defensemen with 79 points, while Vasilevsky's picking up 48 wins with a 924 save percentage and 227 goals against to lead all goaltenders in wins. In the first round, we're going to take on the Chicago Blackhawks, and we're looking to finally get past that first round. And it's finally happened. We're getting past the first round. We're taking the Blackhawks down in 6 games. And in the second round, we're going to be taking on the Colorado Avalanche. After beating Chicago in 6 games, Colorado's going to be beating us in 6 games. And when the playoffs came to an end, the Sens are beating the Avs in 6 games. There was a lot of 6-game series. Gretzky was looking great in the playoffs though, 8 goals and 5 assists for 13 points, but Nathan MacKinnon was a bit better, 10 goals and 15 assists for 25 points. And Cam Talbot, he's going to be our Stanley Cup winning goaltender, 16 wins with a 917 save percentage and 259 goals against. So goal scoring definitely helped the team, so let's add another elite sniper. We're landing on the Dallas Stars, and we're going to bring in Brett Hull. And the Arizona Coyotes are absolutely rolling right now, 52, 23, and 7, 1st in the Central, 1st in the entire league, and we're about to win a Stanley Cup. Hull was fantastic, 52 goals and 54 assists for 106 points, while Vernon's picking up 42 wins with a 909 save percentage and 255 goals against. Brad Marchand's leading the entire league in points with 110, while Quinn Hughes is leading all defensemen with 74 points, and Marc-Andre Fleury, he's going to be tied with Vernon with 42 wins. In the first round, we're taking on the Dallas Stars. We got Brett Hull, a Stars legend. We're not going to have any issues with them. And just like that, we're falling in 7 games. That's a tough one. And the Washington Capitals, they're going to beat the Dallas Stars in 7 games to win the Stanley Cup. I think that might be even tougher. Gretzky was fantastic in that one series he played. He's picking up 4 goals and 6 assists for 10 points, while Ovi, he's leading the Washington Capitals, 33 points consisting of 16 goals and 17 assists, while Darcy Kemper, he's picking up 16 wins with a 916 save percentage and 252 goals against. With this next spin, we're getting the team I'm trying to pass in YouTube subscribers, the Winnipeg Jets. Sergei Savard, I want you to help the defense and help lead us to a Stanley Cup. Once again, the team's looking fantastic with a 54-21-7 record, 1st in the Central, 1st in the entire league, and Wayne Gretzky's leading us with 93 points. Alexander Ovechkin's going to lead the entire league though, 45 goals and 55 assists for 100 points, while Adam Fox is leading all defensemen with 69 points. And Robin Leonard, he's going to be leading all goaltenders in wins. He's picking up 46 while posting a 916 save percentage and 251 goals against. And only one win behind him, it was our guy Mike Vernon. It's our year to win a Stanley Cup. We're taking on the Vancouver Canucks, and we're not messing around this time. The Canucks, they're not going to put up a fight against them. We're completing an easy sweep, and now we got the St. Louis Blues in the second round. St. Louis is putting up a much bigger fight, but we're going to take them down 7 games, and now we got the Minnesota Wild. Minnesota's not as tough as St. Louis. We're taking them down 6 games, and now we got the Toronto Maple Leafs in the Stanley Cup final, and we're going to go game by game. We're going to take a close game 1-3-2, but Matthews is going to pot 2, including the OT winner in game 2 to even the series. A late push isn't enough from Toronto, and we're taking a 2-1 series lead, and then 4 unanswered is going to put us 1 game away from hoisting the cup. Toronto isn't ready to fold though. Samsonov's picking up a 24 save shutout to keep Toronto in the series, and then Liljegren's going to pot the OT winner to force game 7. In game 7, Fisher's going to score a late one to force overtime, and then in overtime, the great one's going to score the winner, and we're Stanley Cup champs. Leading the way in the playoffs was Frank. He's picking up 8 goals and 20 assists for 28 points, while Mike Vernon, 16 wins and 923 save percentage at 221 goals against. You were a fantastic guy. Thanks for helping us win the Stanley Cup. Honestly, after how we started, I thought this was going to be a lot quicker. We made the playoffs after adding 1 legend, and then after we added like 4 more, we ended up missing the playoffs a bunch, so I don't know what was going on there.